we're going to be focusing on the forward parkour roll. But specifically, we're going to be focusing on the reopening of that roll, right? The exit of the roll. And the main reason is because I know a lot of people have questions about how do I control the momentum, how do I find the strength to be able to sit back up after the roll? How do I avoid some important bones that you don't want to hit near your hip area, right? So here's some 3 drills you can start doing to gain more control of your exit of the roll. And the good news is, you don't even have to be able to do the roll to do these 3 drills, right? It's one of those foundational things that everybody can do to gain more control. So let's get to it. Alright, so the very first thing we want to focus on is the getting up or the sitting up from the roll, okay? And what I realize is when a lot of people roll, they tend to come up with their hands on the ground like this to support themselves as they're coming up. This could potentially become very dangerous, especially if you're going from a high drop or a high impact roll. This part could really much damage your elbow or your wrist upon impact. And what you want to really focus on is actually using your abs or your obliques to be able to control yourself and control the momentum so that you can come back up into a nice forward roll. So one of the best ways to train this is really the side sit-up. So for example, if this is the forward sit-up, you want to be able to turn your legs to the side, kind of mimic the side roll a little bit, and you want to be able to get up using your obliques like so. And go back down. Back up again, right? So this is really to help you train the side, to build the muscle, to build the endurance, to be able to get back up without using your hands. And of course, if you can do it on one side, you want to be able to do it on the other side. You can do both sides. One thing to note about the side sit-up is like the normal sit-up, you want to be able to fold and unfold in a round or curvature manner of your spine. So you want to be able to curl in like this and then fold back out like that, right? So for example, once again, here, curl in, curl back up, and curl in, and curl back up, right? Okay. So you want to be able to do 10 on the left side, 10 on the right side, do about 3 sets to really build the strength of those obliques to be able to come back up from a sideways position. Give that a try. Alright, so now the second part is where a lot of people neglect. The forward roll is not just about throwing yourself forward, but being able to control your opening using your lower part of your body, lower abs and your legs, okay? So while the sit-up is going to help you get back up, but before you get back up, you need to also control the way you open up and unfold. And that's going to be, your lower back is going to be required for this particular movement. So the drill we're going to do is commonly known as the candlestick drill, but we're not going to try to go all the way up because all we want is the control of the lower back. So for example, this is stage 1 of the drill. You have to put both hands to the side. This is where you can control your motion. And you want to keep your leg just hovering above the ground about 1 or 2 feet and make sure your back is as rounded as possible when you're doing this drill. Right? So for example, you bring your legs in. Go back out and go back up again, hovering about 1 or 2 inches. Yeah. So if you notice, as I'm opening up, I'm controlling the motion so that it's rounded when I unfold and it's rounded when I fold back up again. Alright. So of course, up and down is counted as 1, and this is just part 1. Being able to fold and unfold in a straight manner. But unfortunately in the roll, we're not actually getting up this way, we're actually getting up to the side. So that means we need to be able to also twist our back a little bit into the roll. So for example, open up to the side, open up to the side, and side again, right? So you want to be able to do kind of like left to right, and that's counted as 1. So do it slowly, do 10, and do about 3 sets. There's always 3 sets, guys. It's always 10 and 3 sets. That's a nice round number. So I'm going to show you once again, okay? Alright, so the third drill is going to be a lot more technical, and the main purpose of this is to be able to build a muscle memory to find the right path across your back that doesn't hit any bones, because it shouldn't, right? It's supposed to be smooth over fleshy parts and painless as much as possible. So we're going to break down into two parts. The first one is about getting used to your legs being above your head, and the second one is then the actual routine, actual drill that we're going to go through. So for this, number one, I think you should get a mat of some sort so that it's a little bit more comfortable. And for the first part, getting comfortable with your legs above your head, you want to start by just bringing it above your face right here. So lift your hips, support your hands and your elbows, and just get comfortable with your legs being above your head. And once you are comfortable, you can then start to tap to the side, like so. Just get used to shifting the body weight left and right so that you don't get a shock when you do the actual routine, okay? Now, something to note is that you shouldn't be feeling much pressure on your neck. You should be shifting your weight left and right so that you feel it more on your shoulders. And you want to carry it more on your shoulders and your elbows when you're moving left and right, okay? Not so much on your neck, okay? Do this for like a couple of days. Get used to the feeling of your legs above your head before you actually go into the actual drill. Now for the second part, which is the actual drill, you're going to be combining all three together, right? The legs over the head, a bit of the sit-up, and also the side extension, all combined into one motion. So let me show you what that looks like, and then I'll break it down for you. Okay, so this will be like that. So you will notice that number one, you have to choose whether you're going to roll on your right side or your left side. I'm going to choose my right side, which means my left hand is going to be next to my ear, and my right arm is going to be supporting from the floor. Number two, my legs will then touch to the right side because I'm going on my right shoulder, my right hand is straight, therefore my legs are going to go to the right side. Alright, so I'm going to show you that once. Lay down, right hand on the ground, left hand to my ear, and touch onto my right side. Right. Now, as I'm coming up, you will notice that I try to keep into a ball as much as possible. And I'm not going straight, I'm going side. That's where drill number two comes in, where you try to extend to the side, and then drill number one comes in where you sit back up. So you want to combine this all three together, right? And the goal is to be able to control your body when you're coming up and to find the pathway across your back that doesn't hit any bone. So as you're doing this drill, the number one question you want to ask yourself is, am I hitting any bone on my back as I'm rolling up? And not just the hip bones, but also sometimes the spine in the middle. You want to be very clear and aware if there's any bone that's being hit. Alright? So it kind of looks like this. Yeah. So in that situation, I'm not hitting any bone. I'm going to the side and crossing this fleshy part, avoiding the two bones at the side here. So feel free to play back this video over and over again just to watch your technique. But it can be very technical, so don't beat yourself over it, okay? But if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. We'll definitely reply you and help you out. If you want to hop onto a call, like a Zoom call or a Skype call, we'll be happy to also just guide you online. Or, you know, once the whole MCO is also lifted and we're able to go back outside, you can definitely meet up and try to explore this drill together, okay? But meanwhile, just do the first two drills, and if you're comfortable, you can also do this drill to try to perfect your reopening of your roll. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. All the best to you in fulfilling these 3 drills in the next week or so. Thank you, bye!